Jesse Palmer. I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, Coach knows this is going to be a hostile environment. He is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Tar Heels ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Porter. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Fighting Irish called their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Gets the back moving. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short.
Here we go. Go, go.
He breaks a tackle. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The offense changing the play. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Now facing a 3rd and long. to the air. It's Carr. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitching. The offense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You see this a lot from offensive coordinators. Where are you weak? Where are you vulnerable? Where can I get an edge? And you see him trying to get the ball in the perimeter early in the first quarter. Can I get outside the tackle boxes and have success?
And not only that, stretch them side to side, and it can pay off with your inside runs.
No doubt. Get them running sideline to side. Also get them a little tired.
Runs through the tackle. And he was running with authority, especially with that stiff arm for a solid gain on the play.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game in the toss play.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Motion from the back. Throwing. Carr. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
The defense was not fooled. 3rd and 1 situation, everybody in the stadium expecting run. The offense trying to get a little cute, trying to take a shot, and it blows up in their face. Nice job by the defense.
No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The hand to the running back. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Big play to start this drive, and they're already out at the 48. It's first down. Right back to the well. Can't get him to the ground. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. Quick completion on the out route. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some err on it and throw it outside of the guy, but tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
The Tar Heels will have it 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Got his man on the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play in. You've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Running back searching for a hole. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Motion from the wideout. Carr. A little screen to the running back. Still snags it, and he's open. Delivers the stiff arm. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Well, there's a lot of different ways you can find explosive plays throwing the football, and one of them is just getting this guy the ball out of the backfield. He's got a very unique skill set, really soft hands, and he's a good route runner as well. And that was a critical 3rd down, pitch and catch, explosive play for the offense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Fights off a defender. Maybe some room here. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. sixth play of the drive coming up.
Flip, flip, flip. Ready. Hey, move. Go, go.
On the ground, it's Mobley. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Here we go. Ready. 180. 180, go.
And just plowing ahead. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Irish.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the 4th quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
On target to the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Tar Heels peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. To the air, it's Edwards. Here's a heat. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the offense is trying to get physical. They're pulling the backside guard on that play. He completely whiffs, though, and misses his block, and as a result, it's a negative play.
He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Booster.
Motion from the wide receiver. Carr from the gun on 3rd down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Once he got a snap, it was all over, right to the house.
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. Oh, he wants it all. Snags it on the right. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Fast completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air, it's Edwards. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Second down, he'll throw it. This time on target. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run.
That is a play the offense absolutely had to have. They're trailing, right? This is a big third down, but what a great job by the QB and his target being on the same page, hooking up for that big-time play. Now they're in the red zone, and all of a sudden they got a chance to score a touchdown here and make this thing interesting.
Wants to throw again. Moving out to the right. Fires into the end zone. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Gets the back moving. Off play action. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. Fierce pressure. Trying to find the end zone. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. Fourth and goal from the 5. The offense is still out there. This epitomizes confidence. He wants to throw it. Lets it fly. Into the house. Touchdown, UNC! Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Perez. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Takes the handoff. It's Mobley. Good surge up front. Give him 4 out to the 18.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Nice run there. Doesn't it just feel like Notre Dame football when you see that too? You know, you got touchdown Jesus looking down, and one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to have is big uglies up front. Guys pushing the...
Here's a little room there. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Give to the running back. Makes a man miss. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Here's Carr to throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Throws to the wideout. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. And they got him.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it on. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they're after him. He's sacked. This defense all over him. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Nestles it in at the 35. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Sends it back in motion. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Might be changing the route. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On the option. He'll try to get to the marker himself. He'll pitch it. Runs through a tackle. Tough, hard-nosed running and equally tough tackling, and then he'll bring up a 4th and 2. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Dropping back, it's Edwards. Pressure coming. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
The offense obviously trailing here in the second half. They're going to have to be able to throw the football effectively to come back in this game, but in order for that to happen, they have got to do a better job up front blocking.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's caught. At the 35, he's loose. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
Big 3rd down there for the quarterback, and he knew where his best chance was at getting that first. He found the curl route, made an accurate throw, and as a result, the offense stays on the field.
On the move. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. To the air, it's Edwards. Got the quick pass. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him. That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver comes in motion. Might have a chance. An explosive run, and he gets it all the way up to the 50-yard line before going out of bounds.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
Here we go. Ready. Get. Ready, go.
The run inside. It's Mobley. Oh, he's got some space. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he...
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. This is a really important drive for this offense. They're sitting here down 2 touchdowns and needing to put something productive together now. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Ship. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
These wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good change-up. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but, man, it keeps that DB off balance.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Tar Heels with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Dumps it to the back. Complete. Runs through a man, and he might have space. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Wants to throw on 1st down. Under fire. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hall. And he'll be brought down.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Right down the boulevard. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Perez. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the 1st. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up a 1st down.
There's a crease. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So 1st down will open up the final period. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Finds the tight end.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Breaks into the open. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? Long way to go. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. Third and 6 yards to go. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Using his feet. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Notre Dame looking for this 4th down conversion. They'll move the tight end. Carr to throw for it on 4th. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Calls his own number. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Motion from the back. Next going for the goal line. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They'll try to add another to their lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. So a drive there of 82 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, North Carolina. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and then guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. What a return that one was. 95 yards. He took it back for 6. Fielded in the end zone, it's Barres. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ready, go!
The give out of the gun. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Running inside, it's Mobley. Makes a stop in the backfield, he'll lose 4.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They boot it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Back to pass, it's Edwards. Rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pulls it in, it's Hall. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
So now it's 2nd and long. They just keep firing. Looking to the big tight end. With the catch, it's Thurman. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Wants to throw. It's Edwards. Bringing the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. The Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. It's incomplete, almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be third down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Fires to the end zone. He caught it. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
First part of the equation complete with the touchdown. Now the two-point try if you want to make the deficit just a field goal. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. A few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this,
turning it on! And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Irish! Here comes the two-point try. Throwing, Carr. Sets up the screen. He's not going to make it. Stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. From inside the 10, here he comes. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. Takes it out of bounds, and there are 12 seconds remaining to finish this drive.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. Under fire. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Might as well finish with a little flair. The defense comes up with a turnover, and they can take a knee if they choose from here on out.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Hauls it in. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here.